Hello everyone! It is time. It's time. This is the final walkthrough of my 2005 Pride and Prejudice inspired island, Pemberley. I'm very excited to be here. It's been a long time coming. Oh, look, there's Sahara stuck on the beach. But yeah, so today we're going to do the final walkthrough. I'm going to show you my map really quick and what we ended up with. So, my villagers here, you know how I feel about this. I'm not going to reiterate it, but we have Cherry, Cobb, Bracolo, Piper, Wolfgang, Gruff, Shep, and Stella. So, today I'm going to walk you through basically just, the entire island of Pemberley. It's basically one big loop, I feel like it is. So we're going to get started. It's a rainy day here on Pemberley, but I just loaded into the game and I really don't feel like searching for a great day. I mean, look, there's a rainbow in the corner or in the back there. So we're just going to keep it moving. I think it's okay. It looks like it might stop, honestly. The clouds are kind of clearing up. But yeah, so we walk into Pemberley and we have a nice little seating area here with the bistro table. Wow, I can't talk. So this starts our fake building bonanza, basically. It's all fake buildings throughout here. So we're going to take a left and keep going up. And here is my little, I'm going to call it a bakery because it's got all of the cakes and the teas in the window. So I built this little bakery here. We have a seat out here in case anybody wants to have a seat with their coffee or their tea. And honestly, there's a novel on that. Is that Jane Austen? It could be. It really could be. So we're going to keep going. Down here is a park fountain. Very cute. I thought you could sit on this, but it doesn't look like you can. We have a little, maybe like a florist like shop over here. Oh, don't do that. That breaks the illusion. But yeah, so here is that. We have a bench outside of the cafe, and then we're going to keep on going around to the left where a nice little telephone box and suitcase. Someone's visiting Pemberley, I suppose. Then we're gonna get around here to my regiment area. I have a video about this when I made this, and basically it's the scene in Pride and Prejudice where Lydia visits town with her mom and her sister, and they come to see the militia, and they're all giggly and they're being girls, and you can go watch the video on this build, but I had a lot of fun messing around with these mannequins, so I just wanted it to look like it was a really busy street, and I think I accomplished that. It's my first time doing something with mannequins, so I was really happy with how it turned out. And there's not something very good on the radio right here, so we're gonna keep moving. But oh, look, and there's my dress. It's the Elizabeth Bennet special, and my BFF Cobb has come through. So up here we have my Able sisters. It's like a modiste. I hope that's the right word because that's what they call it in Bridgerton. But anyway, so there's that, and then my peninsula just has the nice little pergola on it with some garden topiaries, and I think it turned out pretty cute. If you're following along on this island, I'm not going to visit any of my beaches, even though I didn't completely block them off. There's nothing on them. There is nothing to see there. So if you come up, there is a nice little seating area. Lots of seating areas on Pemberley. You know how it goes. But yeah, there's a seating area here and then one here with the retro transportation stop. If you go down, this is just another way to get to this side of Pemberley. So you can either go down here where the militia are standing guard at the end of the bridge or the end of the canal, or you can go over this bridge. Whatever works for you works for me. Over here I put Gruff's house, and I decided when I was doing the dock area, which is over to the right here, I decided not to decorate his house at that point because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I ended up making him kind of like a little pottery stand. I don't know, maybe Gruff's throwing clay and stuff. It seems like something he'd do. And I put a random decoy duck here. I don't know, I don't know. We're gonna keep it moving. Also, while I'm here, none of my villager houses are decorated on the inside, so if you go in, it's gonna look very It's just gonna look like whatever their house looks like that Animal Crossing decided to do. So just a warning there. Not even my house is decorated. Sorry. Maybe next time I will get to that. But so here's the dock area where I got to use the yachts and this beautiful water code, which I love. Gruff has a little table with some coffee on it outside of his house, and you know, maybe he watches the boats come in or something like that during the morning time. If you come up this path, we have Shep's Tavern. I had a really fun time creating this build, and I love these simple panel codes in the back. But as you know, Shep is our resident Mr. Wickham, so, you know, I figured Mr. Wickham would have a tavern. It just felt fitting, so I liked it. If you go over, we're not going to go over this bridge just yet, but you can follow this path to the back of my island. Basically, this is a nice little pergola, and you can go underneath it if you'd like. There's another dock area to the right, and then this is my nook's cranny. I covered it up with a bunch of medieval castle items and things of that nature, and you can get to this little section over here, but there's not much to see. So yeah, I really liked this. I figured that, you know, maybe Nooks is selling like the fishing supplies or something like that you see out here. So I like that. We missed a few things over here, so we're going to go back to the left. So where we are on the map, or where we are on the island currently, we went over this bridge. Here's Shep's Tavern. If you come up, there's another seating area. And then I made this nice little building just to break up this section over here. And yeah, there's really nothing to it. There's another nuptial bell in there that I really liked. So there's that. We're going to go to the back. The militia are keeping watch over these cover wagons, make sure nobody messes with them. I appreciate that. My museum is back here, and it has a nice little, you know, the castle walls in the back and on the sides make for a nice grand entrance. I really like it. Over here is where I built the post office. It looks really good. I ended up putting some wrapped gifts on top of there, and down here there's a few more things you can see, and this nice little antique radio is saying something right now. Then if we come down, this was kind of my shop for writing supplies. In the video, I don't think I had the second door put down, but I did come back and do that, so I'm very happy with that. So there's that. We're gonna go back over this bridge, back in front of Nook's Cranny. There's so many bugs out right now. They're all on the trees, man. And we're finally gonna go over this bridge to the naturalcore section of Pemberley that I was really excited to start building. So when you cross this bridge, we're gonna go over and up, and this is the infamous rain scene. And of course, you know, now that we're here, it has completely stopped raining on Pemberley. That's just my luck. But I also did a build video on this. You can access this little building from 3 sides, and you can go in and be very dramatic like Elizabeth Bennet. Yeah, I like this area a lot. I think it turned out really good, and I was excited to use some of these ruined items that I don't get to use very often. So let's go down first. So if you come down here, well, maybe I shouldn't. Wait, let's go to the right and we'll come back. I'm very indecisive. So this is the third entrance, obviously, to the castle area. And my weeds are growing a little bit out of control, but you know, whatever. Pick a few of those up. But yeah, so we're gonna go over, and there's a nice little sign here that lets you know there's something back here. Now, let's talk real quick about what's going on maybe right here. So you can see that this path is a little blocked off. So I want to talk about what happened, because I ended up not doing a build for, posting the build for Mr. Darcy's house, which is Pemberley. I know that's crazy. I know that that's a ridiculous thing, because my whole island is, you know, just based off, it feels like it's based off of this. So to explain, I was doing some cleaning up of my PC when I was building this island, and I was actually trying to download a new like update for The Sims 4. So I basically deleted a couple of files that I was not supposed to. So that means that my build of Pemberley, Mr. Darcy's house, not my entire island obviously, is gone. So I don't have that anymore. And while I was doing it, I got so excited with building the castle items about it, or you know, that like building the actual structure of the building itself, I forgot that I wanted to do just like I did with Netherfield Park with Broccolo's house. I forgot I wanted to put the house inside of the build, you guys. And so I built the entire thing and then was like, oh my god, Wolfgang's house is still in the beach. So I wanted him to be able to walk around this area because I feel like Animal Crossing villagers walk around the place where their house is. So I basically just put Wolfgang's house at the back. So that's that explanation. I'm going to come back to that in a second, but right here, we're going to get into my house, which is Longbourn. Which is also Elizabeth Bennet's. This is the name of Elizabeth Bennet's family's estate, and I have a build video about this. Basically, I wanted a long driveway, and you can get to this section, but there's not a lot going on over here, you know? You can sit on this bench if you want to, but we do have a nice little dog, stuffed dog toy, and a wagon, some flowers, bird bath. You can also get into the other side, but not from there. So we're gonna go back around. And Elizabeth, the Bennets have like a farm connected to their house, so I also made that because I needed my BFF Cobb to be beside me. I needed him near me on Pemberley. So this is Cobb's farm, and I feel like he just takes care of everything. He takes care of all the animals and, you know, all those good things. So yeah, you can, I think you can get to this. Yeah, if you come around here, you can get to this side. You can sit on this bench. You can look at this bird bath if you want to. But yeah, that's that. So that's my house. We're gonna go back around before we get to the grand finale of looking at Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy's house. If you come down here, not that way, over here. This is right in front of the rain scene. You can see it in the background. And there's a rainbow. Look at that. So this is a build that I did not end up putting on my channel, but this is it Rosings Park? Is that what they call it? It's Mr. Collins' house. You can tell. Look at this. Look at the potato boxes. Come on. But Cherry lives here because she wouldn't leave, and her house doesn't fit, but we're not going to talk about it. But this is the Collins potato farm. Just a really quick build that I did with a bunch of the, like, you know, planted items, and I gave them a little shed back here with some more potato boxes and their own carriage. So yeah, this is that section of the build. Very simple. If you come around here, right beside them is Pemberley, aka Wolfgang's house, aka Mr. Darcy's house. So it's very grand. Let me go back and look at it. So I gave Wolfgang a statue garden because in Pride and Prejudice, you know, Elizabeth visits and there's a statue, or not a statue, it's like a museum almost inside the house. So it's inside the house, and that obviously I couldn't do that here, so I put it outside, and I really like it. It turned out so nice, and I got to use a really cool path here. So I just kind of sectioned off these little areas and a couple of seating, little benches and things like that. So yeah, there's basically a statue garden outside of Wolfgang's house, and I'll stand back and let you see Pemberley for all its glory. We got some knight statues guarding the place, and it's very elegant core, and I love it so much. I wish that present would get out of the way, but that's fine. We'll let it float on by. But yeah, I had a good time building this, and it ends up being probably the biggest fake building that I do on this island. So I'm sorry that I couldn't record that, or I did record it actually for you, but I also deleted it for you, so that's my bad. But anyway, so moving on, it is the exact same on both sides. So I did, you know, a little elegant core moment here where the garden, yeah, it's symmetrical. There's also a small pond back here because there's one, my house is right over there, but you can't get to it this way. But there's a, you know, the Bennets have a lake, and I wanted to incorporate that somehow, but I had to make it very small because I was running out of room, but I like the way it turned out. So we're gonna go around here, back onto the path, and this bridge leads to Netherfield Park, where Mr. Bingley lives. So I know I didn't put this in the build, but I did end up, you know, adding a few things to this area because it felt a little like lackluster when I finished the build. So I added a pergola and some seating, but this is basically the party that happens in Pride and Prejudice, where all of the ladies are dressed in white, and I put a few militia here and there, even though, you know, Elizabeth is all disappointed because Mr. Wickham didn't show up. That's a spoiler. I'm sorry if that just spoiled it for anybody, but I don't think it should at this point. I'm sorry. Anyways, here's another statue, and I I love the Bunny Day like garden. Are these Bunny Day topiaries? Is that what they call it? Anyway, I love these, so I put those there, and then a few more dresses. So we're almost back to the front of the island, but before we get there, crossing this bridge, you come over to my marketplace. So I did a build on this. It ended up being really nice. I like it. So we have a couple of different stalls. Maybe this one's selling some antique stuff, some games. We have, you know, a bakery over here, like a they're selling like pies and breads. That's a bakery. Let's call it a bakery. Then we have a plant shop, and maybe somewhere that is selling a little bit of jewelry. And here's Wolfgang. Wow, hi. If you come down, there's a few more shops to see around here. This is Piper. This is Piper's restaurant. It's not decorated on the inside, so don't go in there. But, you know, I put some nice tables and chairs by this canal. And you can come out here, have a little fish, a little bread bowl. It's very nice. So, yeah, Piper's restaurant here. And that rainbow in the background looks really great. If we keep going, here is... I always forget her name. Is it Stella? Stella. It's got to be Stella, right? Where is she at? Stella. Yep, I had it right. So this is Stella's like tea house, or like a coffee shop kind of. So you come out here, get some coffee, get some tea, get a little drink, and hang out with Stella. And then if you come back around, we are at the front of Pemberley. I told you it was a big circle. It's just a nice little circle. So that is it for this island. Like, I can't believe that we're here. Also, hey, Wolfgang. But yeah, so yeah, that's it. I am so happy that, you know, like, not to get all like in my feelings or anything, but this is my first Animal Crossing island that I've completed in a really long time. I start a lot. Don't get me wrong. I start a lot of islands and then I don't finish them. But yeah, this one's done, and it's complete, and every space is filled, and I'm just really happy with it. And I'm so glad that I get to share it with you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. Maybe take a guess at what my new island is going to be, because I'm working on that. So yeah, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Thanks for, you know, all the love on this series, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.